What's good? AMD earnings day. It is here. Tune in. We got to get some deep breaths today. We got to. So, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel free to exhale loudly and very unpleasantly. Nobody will judge you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Woo. That's why you do this. You never know. You got to get some of that shit out of you sometimes. Whew. It was like some... Oh, man. Senses are on high today. Goodness gracious. Whew. Like I'm breathing in something heavy there. I need to clear this air. It's a big day for me today. Big day for me today. The number one position in my investment portfolio reports. And I think it's going to be a smash report. But I'm excited, nervous, just really excited to see what they hear. This will be the first earnings report post xilinx merger. So if you don't know, if you've never joined me, I am an AMD investor, and I'm looking for good long-term investment strategies for myself. I'm not an investment professional. Do not trade on anything you see. I myself, and I would tell my friends and family to invest in something you want to hold for 10 to 20 years. Long-term investing is way easier to me than trading. So invest in a company you like. I just happen to like AMD. I happen to like the chip makers. Been following this space for a long, long time. And made some money off of the chip makers. So I'm excited for AMD's earnings. There has yet to be a chip maker miss or report guidance shitty. Yes, Texas Instruments was a miss, but I don't even know what Texas Instruments makes, and I don't even have them on my semiconductor list because frankly I just don't give a shit about them. But we had NXPI last night. They beat on EPS and they beat on revenue. Their stock is trading up 1.5%. NXPI is a Swedish semiconductor manufacturer, and the chips did great yesterday, guys. In a tumultuous day, the chips had a really, really good day. It even looks a lot different than Apple looked here. You had really aggressive upward action here for AMD. Where Apple and the SPY, not so much. There was definitely real buyers here. I don't know why Apple has so many more candles this morning, but similar. This one has a little more upward aggressive momentum and just finished the day overall in a really good spot. I think that was expecting the NXPI earnings. I think that was expecting coming into a big AMD earnings today. So I'm excited. I will probably come home early from work today to be here live at 4 o'clock to get a live reaction to AMD's earnings. So if you're interested in AMD, I will do my best to get their live call. Excuse me. Like I got something weird going on this morning. It's just, I had a crazy dream about Bitcoin last night. So I feel like Bitcoin is going to go hit 45,000 today. If not today, it's going to hit 45,000 at some point in the future. Probably soon. I'm psyched. Psyched. Futures are down a little bit this morning. I mean, can these futures go lower is the question. So it got below that 1300 level just a moment ago. Oh, excuse me, it might be popped back up to 1300 now. Yeah, but it dropped this morning. It dropped pretty substantially. I envision this as a base. So hopefully, this morning we find some support here, and we are popping back up to above the 1300 from slipping below that 1300. So I guess it held that 1300 this morning. Either way, that's on the lows. That's on the lows. S&P, they're both down this morning. Lower than they were last night. Let me just give you oil. And then I got to go get my coffee. I'm getting jacked up today. So, oil's down as well. It's for sure a pretty wild, volatile market right now. Hey, Joe. I heard you shot your lady down. Shot her down now. Cheers. It's been 10 minutes. I've covered everything I need to cover. Only thing we can do at this point is just wait and see what happens today. I'm just gonna buy as many shares of AMD as I can, as much as I can. The problem is I can't really sell anything else because everything's red right now. The market is on the lows. I mean, it's been a shitty market. Shitty market. If you're a long-term investor, you look at it as opportunities to lower your position if you already have certain positions, or you take it as an opportunity to invest in things that are 30 to 40%. Some of these stocks are 50% or more below their all-time highs. Like, I'm still a believer in Square, still a believer in AMD, still a believer in Apple. Qualcomm had a fantastic day yesterday. Zim had a fantastic day yesterday. The bonds had a shitty day yesterday. So, I mean, why buy bonds when you can get a crazy dividend from Zim every year? I bet you I would be interested to see how much in comparison to like the current 10-year bond yield that Zim dividend is going to pay you over 10 years, or pay you yearly. I'd be interested how much of a difference there is. So I don't know if I guess if AMD does something that I don't like this afternoon, then I will just switch the show and switch my outlook to start going heavier into Zim. Zim is a shipping company. I see their container ships and their containers all over the place in Charleston. That's it. I mean, shit, I'll be back here at 4 o'clock to go live for their earnings reaction. They're doing AMD's up nicely. I mean, almost up a percent in the pre-market here. Everything else is kind of, trending red with the futures in the SPY this morning. So again, Bitcoin's hugging that 38, but I think we'll see a breakout. Maybe not today. The markets are all awaiting Fed Chair Powell, which I believe the FOMC meeting is today or tomorrow. Let me just look it up to be 100% correct and accurate. So they're meeting today and tomorrow. The press conference is what will give investors the update. They'll probably release some sort of a brief draft of what they did, but they won't give us the full details on like balance sheet runoff until we get the minutes a couple weeks later. Okay, so they're meeting today and tomorrow, and then we will get the press conference at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll get it intraday. Fed Chairman Powell will address the media, I believe. So he will get media addressed, and it'll be a press conference. He'll probably zoom in. He will give a written statement that was already pre-released, and then he will field questions from media members who usually throw him nice softball questions. So they're meeting today. Cool beans. Meeting today, announcement tomorrow. Again, we're expecting a 50 basis point rate hike, and we want to hear more about the balance sheet runoff. This is the balance sheet runoff. So the Fed has been buying mortgage-backed debt securities. They've been buying trillions of dollars worth of debt back from the markets, just helping to improve liquidity. And they've been doing this since really on and off, but majority of the time on since 2008. And intervention is something that is a deep philosophical question to me. Like, you could even bring it to God intervening with man, and maybe it's, that is why intervention is not allowed, because it's only going to, if you fix one thing now, if you mask one thing now, if you treat the symptom but don't address the cause, it's only going to make it worse later on. And intervention is a weird thing where in my opinion, things should be lived and let live. But for some reason, they want to step in and bail out these companies and bail out, the mortgage debt crisis that we had in 08. And it's only kicking the can down the road. So now the question is, if they didn't intervene, who would intervene? Because people love to intervene in other people's shit. And that's a very mortal view, to want control, to want power, and it's really been something I've been trying to live, of just let things be how they will. Do not stress, do not intervene or meddle in things that you can just because. We'll go from there. AMD is trading at 90.66 right now. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee with you if you don't mind. I may only get one viewer on here, and that may be my mama. So, shout out, moms. Shout out, homies. Shout out to brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, nephews, any old teammate of mine, anybody I've ever crossed paths with. Shout out. I fucking love you. God bless you. Jesus saves. Read the New Testament. And just love on your peoples. And live and let live. Live and let live. Don't get caught up in this worldly drama and these attention-grabbing headlines. Because at the end of the day, until it comes to your doorstep, ain't shit you can do about it. And when it comes to your doorstep, I will fight for you. Let me know. I hope you take up the fight when it comes to your doorstep. That's about it. Level 2 looks healthy. Just your normal algorithms playing both sides. Your nice even share blocks here. 400, 400. Just playing it both ways. Just algorithms just kicking shares back and forth. Just ride the wave. Ride the wave. See you at 4 o'clock.